Hi there. If you are watching this video, you are new to the North Kansas City School District, so welcome aboard. I know you have a crazy couple of weeks ahead of you, depending on where you're at in this process. So enjoy the induction breakfast, enjoy getting into your classrooms, enjoy all of those things, as I know is exciting, and I know that you are ready for what's to come. Really quick, I just wanted to review what the budget and finance side of this looks like. So, of what we do for our district, or even just specifically for your school, and kind of some pointers for what you should do if you have a question about budget and or finance. So, the budget for our district is created basically off of previous years. Successes and or changes that we make off of previous years. So, for example, some things that go into those numbers: salaries, teacher salaries, staff, payroll, needs for the upcoming year. Obviously, the year we're going into is a little bit different with all of the different guidelines and requirements from the CDC and this whole COVID pandemic deal. So this looks a lot different this year. Our money, a lot of our money is going towards the safety of our students and our staff, more so than other years. We bring into account pensions, we bring into account health support, insurance, and employee benefits. Our district, you're lucky to be in a district to have one-to-one electronics. That is also a big part of our budget, and making sure students have what they need to be successful with those products. Materials for teachers and students, that's also a big one, making sure that teachers and students have the resources to be successful. So we look at last year's, we look at future, we look at upcoming years, so on and so forth, to determine the district level budget. The school level budget is basically your school be given a certain amount of money, and it's based on per pupil. Basically, if you have 500 kids enrolled, you're going to get a certain amount of money. Not you, but your school will be getting a certain amount of money per pupil. So the more kids you have enrolled, the more money that you will receive for budget. The major parts of the building budget are materials and supplies for students and staff, library books and like makerspace stuff. Electronics is another big one, office supplies, meetings, and then we get kind of specific with like staff appreciation week and stuff like that. So there is money aside for all of those things into different little categories. A lot of times everything has to go through the administration team and or the principal. So we have an activities budget, and the activities budget is its own separate part of our budget, but we also do a lot with our PTA. So our PTA does a really good job of providing those events and providing the fundraising and the different snack and soda sales are different. For example, t-shirts. Our school raises money through t-shirts, and this year will be face masks. So that all goes through our PTA. We do have a small activities budget, and if for any reason there is cash flow anywhere, all of that goes through that and or the PTA. If you need to make a purchase order for something, that needs to go through the administrator of the school. So for example, let's say you need something for your classroom and you don't want to buy it. So you will go to your administrative assistant. They will do a form through a program called Business Plus that will be generated, and it will be sent to the principal for approval. A lot of times principals ask that you get that approval before you even submit the form. That way no one's wasting time, just in case there's no money in the budget for that need. And then it will be coded to a certain budget, a certain part of the budget if the money is there. Again, everything goes through administration. So just make sure, if you're not sure, just ask. It's always better to ask than to just assume. So yeah, and then anything over a certain amount of money does have to go through central office and needs to be approved by a higher up group. So those are just kind of the basics, the nuts and bolts of budgeting and financing in the district and at your school. So make sure if you have any questions, please just ask your administrator. They are definitely willing to help. Good luck.